Yeah. uh-huh. Yeah. Shit. Grams leaders CCs, pounds. Close cash, close call, close encounter, close up, pounds of liters of grams, get your dose up, cut this up, host up, and get dosed up. This for them voted like the move and make the most of. Monday night at 8, I can't wait to set you straight. These opinions and debates for them folk that can't relate. I got to elevate your mind through these signs of the time. Dishing out that medication for that deaf, dumb and blind. And I ain't hard to find, you can catch me in no trenches. I drew the groundwork and I ain't waiting on no sense. I be touching on them topics politicians fail to mention. And I don't vote for nobody that ain't got good intentions. I'm relentless for my people and I'm here to make a change. I got that true serum hooked directly through your veins. Hey, this is for my people, tune in, catch it close up. Close up, close up, now close up, grams of it. Tune in, catch it close up, pounds of it. Pounds of it, yeah, grams of it, liters up, pounds, yeah. Get your dosed up, dosed up, dosed up, dosed up, dosed up, dosed up, dosed up.
Yep. There we go. I like that new one, y'all. Alright, it's another Monday night. You know, I'm Shootah, aka Dose. Show is dosed up. And Chezzy had daughter duty, doobie duty tonight. So, I'ma hold it down for Chezzy, but we do have the lovely Miss P, who y'all been introduced before on a couple of episodes. So she's here with me as well as Leah. Anything you would like to say, Miss P?
Hey everybody, I miss y'all. It's been a minute. Basketball season is over. But now we're on to track season though.
But look here, that means you still active. And didn't you tell me that y'all made the playoffs?
We did, and we lost see.
Well, look, making the playoffs shows that you're a good coach, though. At least they going to the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? Playoff P.
I don't know no other way.
Oh, I like that, and the confidence behind it too. We usually be having these weekend recaps. So, all right, we're gonna kind of rewind a little bit to that last episode when I issued out that Super Bowl challenge. Cause my weekend recap and all this week, man, I've been in that gym training like I actually want to play some football in this bitch or something. So I'm gonna keep it going till, like I say, this time next year. And I do have some members that wanted to join my new gang, which is BBG Blackback Gorillas. So we go ham up there in that steel jungle. That's what we call it, a steel jungle. And so yeah, they're pretty much proud that I'm leading the pack, and we're gonna start swapping some challenges and some content and exercises and videos and all that soon. But yeah, so I got some challenges, so it's up, it's on. What you do this weekend, Pete?
What did I do this weekend? So this weekend I just took some time to regroup with myself. Get myself ready for the track season. Basketball season over with. Get myself geared up for that. Spend time with my 14-year-old who making me feel 14-year-old again too. These kids, something else.
So I have a couple of questions for you though.
Okay, go ahead.
Do you prepare differently for a basketball season than you do track season? And how long are the seasons? Are they about both the same length of time, or?
No, track season is longer than basketball season. And we do not prepare. We do not. It's two different sports. So of course they cause different kind of conditioning to go into. With track, we're running, but there's also a method and fundamental to running as well. If you pay attention to how horses run and race, then it's the same thing too as humans, but we just do not have the
4 legs.
Yeah, the extra, but we do though.
The hands movement.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Exactly. See? So, yeah, like, I do not have that much time to prepare for track.
Okay.
Because after basketball season, like, we go right into track season as well. Like, our first meet was like that next week after we finished with basketball.
What would you say would be hardest to train?
Oh,
Which one involved more weight?
I think running does,
Okay.
because you really have to be mentally there. Your body and your mental have to speak to each other, and it has to be parallel to each other when you're running. You really have to be focused on that sprint, making it to that sprint. You know, your mental has to too, as well as your body conditioning, let you know that, hey, like, am I gonna be able to run this race without tripping over my own legs on my own feet? You know what I mean? Or fumbling, because it happens sometimes. You know, your speed is a little bit too fast for your body, and it takes a minute sometimes for both to catch up.
Right.
Yeah. And so when you see a runner fall, it's not because sometimes their mind is there and their body haven't caught up yet. In running. Already at the finish line, but my body ain't there yet. So, but too, like, yeah.
How do you give tips to, the students that you train in, as far as how to reserve what they got in the tank, like not give out? Pull your mic up. Or you know what I'm saying, cramp up or whatever, or to gauge their body based off what you know.
So,
because you don't actually feel what they feel, but you
exactly. So I can just give them pointers off of what I know and what I would feel and how to react off of that. And just like parenting too, you have to trust that you did your job as far as teaching them right from wrong. You know what I mean? And the rest is on them.
Okay. All right. Well, one thing I do know, that's definitely beneficial nowadays in training, and we got a lot more technology, tools, materials, and things that can help advance you, not only in athletics, but in pretty much all walks of life nowadays, which is what the topic is going to be about, like technology and trying to use it pretty much to get ahead or to accomplish goals or to make certain goals easier for you. Not everything, because we came from an era where computers started and it wasn't always user friendly. You had to type in all of these different directives and demands to get it to do something, but now it's like you just see an image, emoji or icon, and you just press it or whatever, and it'll do what you want it to do. But with that being said, I'm really not just catching up with technology, to be honest with you. It's a Y2K type of thing. Yeah, it's 20 something years after that, but you got to understand how, if you're used to just making moves by doing things yourself, kind of like elbow grease type stuff, finding things on your own, to just always jump on the computer or jump on your cell phone wasn't necessarily my first option. Now it's different than when I was doing music and stuff like that. So like I said, back in the day, you were guaranteed to book studio time and pay for it. Now with technology, all these apps, you don't even have to be a producer and you can record off your damn song. But I still had producing as a way of using technology to get ahead as well. And so, okay, well, not only that, but the engineering process and all that other stuff. Technology is making it easier, but you still have courses to take. You still have some research to do. You still have to practice with it on certain things.
I think technology is dumbing down people and making people lazy. Because we had to research what we did. Like, we used encyclopedia. We actually had to read. They read for us. We do not have to read that. You can just key in 2 letters and it's going to pull up the rest of the word. It's going to define whatever it is that your body has censored off using this phone, touching this phone, multiple times of the day. It has body censored. So even the Androids are smart. Those were the first phones they used to test to run y'all Apple phones.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you what's funny. I see this comment like, "When was I born?" or something like, "Damn, bruh. You do know, if you were born in like the 70s, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't like we had cell phones and computers just all over the place. We didn't even have a microwave back then, bro. So
we didn't
we
have
had to
those
come
things, but if you work in politician, they did.
Or military or something. You had some big, huge ass.
It was there.
That was considered there. They had it, but primitive type stuff. So yeah, you know, you really had to learn how to use these.
Was you born?
He did. I mean, it ain't disrespectful. It's actually a compliment if I don't even look like I've been, you know what I'm saying, been around since before the microwaves and shit. No, I totally understand. I know you're not this kind of guy.
I know
we don't take it like that on
no
the
disrespect.
show. Yeah. It's funny as a matter of fact, and a compliment.
But that goes to show you that a lot of kids that's born after the 90s, a lot of adults that's born after the 90s, they're used to it. It's a common thing for them. They can't imagine a time without technology. They can't imagine a time without cell phones. They don't know nothing about going to the payphone with your MCI card to make them calls.
Or that rotary phone where you had to turn that thing and turn it and turn it and turn it back and turn it.
For us, what it's called domesticated living. Like, it's almost like you're living in a mansion with a nanny at your service. With technology right now.
Exactly. There were times when you wanted to change the channel, you had to get up and walk to that motherfucking TV and change that thing. You wanted to turn it on. You had to pop that thing. Yeah.
Now you can just sit down and press the button.
Man, he would have tripped out playing Atari.
Because even getting up, taking footsteps to that TV, you still exercise, you're doing some kind of movement. Now you can just sit in the bed and just get the remote, or you don't even have to have that voice control.
That's what I'm saying. I was so spoiled one time, I took an hour to look for the damn remote. I could have been done touched the TV and turned it on. I was like, nah, I gotta find a remote. Lifting up couches, doing a workout trying to find a remote, and all I had to do was just touch the
TV. I agree.
So our generation, I don't know. Some for me, I don't really use technology too much. I'm still learning. Like, I'm still learning, and it's crazy because I was like all geared for it I'm into art. You know, so and sometimes you will want just a little bit to help out with the art, but not this full-fledged stuff. I would still rather be dipping my pictures in solution, waiting to see what's gonna come out instead of I already see what it looks like.
The surprise of the development.
It's funny that you mentioned that because I have operating cameras.
It's more authentic than color.
As far as technology, right? Operating cameras, but you would think that you could develop the film. But see, that's old school style when you're developing film. So now when you operating cameras, which would be photography or stuff like that, it's basically filming, and now you have to edit the content. So you may be good at filming or producing something. Exactly. And now you can't get the full effect of what you just recorded. But still, as long as you can, with that camera,
but
almost
that
everyone's
solution helped
like
you though,
a producer.
because that solution was gonna tell all. Like, if you took the picture right, because once you dipped it in that solution, if the picture was blurred, it didn't come out right. And that's that solution they use for the film stripping. Even with the little, what was the toys we had with the click? And you click it.
The Viewmaster.
Oh man, you know what you're talking about.
You put your film in there and you click to the next your picture graph, like click. It tells the story for you. You click shit like they had to use.
But see, the funny thing is if you look inside of those, if you look inside of some of those, you actually are limited with old school technology in certain ways. Because a lot of the time with the first camera, the sun had to be out, or it had to be, or you couldn't develop the film that you wanted because it's a particular type of mirror that they put in there that refracts the light as you click it. And so, you know, I was just looking at mechanism, and then some of them I think had mercury
Some
in
of them
them
had
and
built-in
things like that.
flashes in them because they knew that we could. The Polaroid cameras did. I know for sure. That's why when we take those too, even the same thing, like even with solution, you take it and you fan it. The air, because it's hit the air solution. The air brings the color to the picture.
Oh, you really do filming, don't you?
I took photography.
Oh, okay.
I took art in school.
Okay. That explains it.
So it's a lot of things and ways that, like I say, that make technology easy for me. Now, one thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna jump on that GPS for them directions, and I'm gonna tell you what was interesting was, man, I was trying to GPS at one point in my car, and then my phone went offline, and I'm navigating, and so I'm like, shit. I know it said 4 miles, so I'm like, now I'm like trying to gauge this thing, and I know I had to make a left, but after that, it's like what I do if my power don't come back on. So I mean, you know, it help you in travel. Yeah.
Because how did we used to get around?
You get out and ask questions, or you get a map.
Nope. So not
and
me.
Navigate an almanac and all this other stuff.
My mom took the roadway, and we took the highway as well. And I paid attention. I know all the back streets here to Atlanta. I don't even like to use the GPS system because it takes me all the way around. I don't lost gas and time.
You sound like Slick. Slick don't like to use GPS too because she know where she going.
She's
like, why would I go that way when you can cut down this street?
Exactly. And it takes
way,
you all the way around the back, and it takes you completely all the way around the other way, and it does. You do again.
So
time
somebody
and
tell
gas.
me, hey, I need you to meet me in Sugarloaf. I ain't been to Sugarloaf.
Oh.
I don't know how to get. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
And the last thing I want to do is get out there, get tipsy or something, and now see, I be thinking about getting pulled over and all this other shit. And then a lot of the times, the further out you go, them street lights be further and further apart, so you can't even see where you driving, and then it be in the sticks somewhere. And I'm like, man, you know,
we weren't worried about that back then. Well,
as a kid probably, but I am, cause I mean, you know, I'm already driving in a certain way. I don't want to run up on no curves the way I'm going. Okay, put it to you like this. Coming out here. Thank you. You already know where I'm finna go at. Think you gonna drive that shit and not know where you going. Them curves and right when you go over off of Maroney or whatever and you start going over them train tracks. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Bet.
Yeah.
So you can imagine me coming out here the first time. That's all I'm gonna say. Mash that shit if you want to. I wouldn't have never made it out here.
Curvy road, and then ain't no.
You not gonna make it out. You not making it out. I can bet on that.
Be mashing on,
but you can keep straight too. Curvy. A lot of people don't realize you don't have to turn right there.
Yeah,
you can keep straight all the way down,
turn off to the right,
and you'll be right at the light.
But see,
turn right.
once again, I've never been out here. I don't know that.
Yeah.
Then I be seeing all these Douglasville police officers and shit.
Yeah.
And I know it take 2 of them and 3 of them to pull you over like you do. So I'm like, you know, I'm using my wits.
It doesn't. That's just what they do.
Yeah.
And I want to be part of what they do.
When I lived in Chicago, I probably couldn't tell you how to get around out there now. But when I lived in Chicago, you know, when I was a teenager in Chicago, I could get anywhere in Chicago. I didn't need a GPS. I could walk there. I could take the bus there. I could take the L there. I could tell you how to drive there. Because it was just a natural thing. Like, okay, Van Buren goes to Harrison turns to Sacramento. I need to go 15 blocks.
You have traveled those places already numerous times to where you know it.
It's just in the back of my head.
Yeah.
They had your boy out there in Henry County, man. I'm GPSing. I don't need, like I say, turn down a back street and it ain't where I need to be going. Then some of that shit gravel too, man. I'm like, look here, man. I need to scat out this thing. You don't want to peel out in no gravel. Come on, bro. But hey, that's
when we
just
first
me.
moved out here, it was a ditch. Slick just reminded me, it was a ditch. That as you know that road, as y'all come across the light where the gas station is on one corner, and as you come across that light, as you make that turn, that little street to the left, that ditch car used to just go in that ditch because they didn't know that was a turn. They didn't know it was a curve coming right there. If it's dark enough, you can't see.
I'm telling, I know this, bro. Hey, I was coming out here with Mitch one time, and the lights were out.
Oh, okay.
And I'm like, hey, bro, something triggering my sixth sense. I say something ain't right about this. And he was like, what you talking about? I'm like, man, don't it usually be brighter around these curves? And I'm like, because I can't see into the curves.
Right.
So I'm doing 25, 30 something. Because, bruh, your curves ain't no room for mistake. You in somebody drive, you in a yard or you in a ditch and you not getting out of it.
Most likely in the ditch.
Yes.
But I'm familiar with those curves from even growing up in the country.
It's a worse road. Like when you go up to the street, and I'm just going, and you go down Cave Springs, them roads going up to Hiram, going up towards Hiram and Carrollton.
Oh, those are.
Ooh.
See, man, look, I'm good on what you gave me already. I'm good on all that.
Yeah, those are. Because Hiram don't have no lights.
None.
Wow. Okay. So today while I was at work,
see their houses.
I took a little video of this electronic pallet jack that I had. And it's funny, but we just pretty much got that pallet jack. So the guys that usually do that particular job had to use the manual. And so sometimes they have to go down to the basement. So when you got to travel further, your legs got to move there.
Right.
When you have an electronic pallet jack, it's wheels that move it.
They move it for
and
you.
Yes.
Moves it for you,
Then
right.
not only that, you got to push it. So they were having to push it all the way from a basement to an elevator, get it on the elevator, then push it off on another floor, all the way up a ramp, all the way around, all the way down halls. And he's like 60 boxes on top of the pallet. You know what I'm saying? We'll say these boxes weigh about 20 to 25 pounds each.
Okay.
So you got 60 of them on that thing. Man, and them having to push that shit. Okay, so next thing you know, you get and everybody in this bitch like Transformers and GoBots just playing like, hey, they got a new toy.
Right.
Hey, you they pallet racing and shit. But hey, it's
I
better.
would have rather used the manual one just for the exercise.
Trust, no, you wouldn't. Not after a while.
Really?
Bruh, you want to
the
get through the
forklift?
day, 8 hours. You want to make your day harder for you?
Be able to when I
We're
worked
talking
at
about a forklift, right?
No,
pallet
pallets though.
Pallet
That's
jack.
okay. So you
But
want to
don't
push a
y'all- don't you
300-pound
use the
pallet.
forklift to
I
move
would-
the pallet?
After
I
the
would do
first
that.
pallet, what you gonna do when we got 8, 9, 10?
I would have still did it. I did it at Amazon.
Okay,
I worked
so
part-time at
now-
Amazon. They didn't have electronic pallet
How
jacks.
do you get the pallets stacked on top of each other?
You just stack them up.
You gonna it's
Yeah.
shit with the
Y'all
way
not
these
doing
are
it.
60
Okay.
boxes. They'd have to clear the pallet, empty the
There's
pallet,
no
then put that on,
forklift
and
to
then
help you guys stack
Well,
these pallets and
no.
move them.
No.
you
Not-
use
Not,
a man
not
power.
then.
Not at Amazon. When I worked at this
What you
was
mean
just
back
like
then? This is now.
This was like a couple years ago.
Yeah,
I
that
worked
was
at
back
Amazon.
then.
I mean, excuse my language, y'all.
No, we had
He's slinging them bitches in
15
pallets?
tall boxes.
Okay.
And then they would have boxes inside the boxes.
Okay.
And we would have to move those boxes from one side of the warehouse to the other side to load them onto the trucks. And we would have 30, 40, maybe 50 pallets of those boxes that we moved
How much
manually.
them boxes weigh?
That's like
Oh, you come about 300 pounds
Oh,
easy.
bruh. So
But it was fun because it was exercise. I'm telling you, when you think of your mind, like, okay, I'm gonna get my exercise out of this,
yeah.
and you move it, and then they let you, you're not supposed to wear headphones, but you can have one headphone in, you just jam into the music, and you doing
nah,
your
not
thing.
no forklift.
Now they have
a
those.
pallet. D.
Yeah, they have those now. As Amazon, they do have those forklifts that's manual. You have to be certified, but I didn't never let them guys move mine. I always moved mine on my own. It was just fun that way. For
So
me.
here go the thing. All that sound good, but we still got to service places and take them places.
Right.
So when you spend your 15, 20 to 30 minutes trying to
Lifting
push
those
that,
pallets.
Hey, I
200,
get paid
400
by
pound
the
pallet.
hour. It is whatever the hours is within that time frame because this was a part-time job. I'm gonna get it done. I'm gonna move. I'm gonna do what I can do. Well, now the next shift I have to do the rest. That's
Oh
what
no,
we
no,
do.
no. See, now we're not gonna do
See,
that.
y'all-
See, then
y'all-
we're gonna come to you and we're gonna be like, hey my man, why you leave all this? And why does the electronic pallet
And
have
here's
dust
the
on it?
difference in the generations.
Yeah,
and
we're
the
gonna be like,
ages
what you
too.
can do
That was
is you
great.
can take the rest of
work
this time and get that
ethic
electric
and
pallet
You
and
see
get that
my-
out the way before
see
you
my
leave.
grade? I don't know how to use the electronic pallet.
Oh, you're gonna put it like that. And I'm gonna say, okay, well, we're gonna move the shit you left and
Right.
leave that for you tomorrow so you can get your manual shit on. And we're gonna take the rest of the work with this electronic pallet. But I
Okay.
tell you what,
Yup.
you're gonna get a good learning
And
lesson
then they
today.
gonna come in and
Mash
be
this
like,
button for me. That's exactly what I'm gonna do. Like, put your hands right here, mash this, mash that, and you're gonna learn today. That's how we do that.
Y'all
I done
crazy.
did all that before.
Y'all
You think you
crazy.
slick. See, hey,
Y'all crazy as hell.
laugh. I used to be like that. Trust me. I'd be like, tell my uncle when the hard work come, How did you do that? Oh, let me see that
And
one more
see-
time. I would do it wrong intentionally.
This
Man,
is
you
where
fuck
y'all
this
had
up.
shit left over it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and by the time he showed me how to do it right, the job done.
Mm.
Is it done or you behind?
No, we ain't gonna be behind now because
It's
you
done.
you make money. But okay, so one thing, like I say, that I've noticed that goes on at my job, like we got even technology with badge accesses, technology with your time clock. They even giving us apps you can clock in and not even be on the property. I don't do that because they know, because they damn near GPSing you where you clock in at. But I found it interesting that even with that technology, when that technology breaks down and has an issue, we got IT on property. You know what I'm saying? So we actually have a tech team at the hospital because we run Epic apps. You know what I'm saying? Where we have health information on it.
Right.
We also have what we call pneumatic pumps where we shoot tubing stations. You know what I'm saying? So that the techs don't always have to walk around, which makes our job easier. Trust me, when that tubing system go down, they got to put that up over the intercom so that the whole hospital knows, so that one, the nurses won't be going to the tubing station looking for their medication, and two, we know we got a little bit of extra walking and working to do until that tubing system get up.
Okay.
But you
I was
gotta
about to
have
ask
people.
you, how do y'all operate if something like that happens with your technology system? If you have a blackout or if it burns out, you have a shutdown. So how are you guys able to still keep up with your patients, or do you have a generator or an outlet, a burner or something for you guys to still?
So I'm gonna address Chezzy real quick and get to that because he done popped on my line talking about he with you, lab, with that manual. Yeah, all right then, Chezzy.
That's right, Chezzy.
Go ahead and join this BBG. See, you wasn't online when I said the BBG. Since you like all that manual and that working out, I got something for you. We got some sleds that you can push. Bet that up. I'm gonna put 245 plates on there for you. I had to do that today. So we're gonna start you out with that. In 1995, man, go ahead on with it, shit.
But I mean, what do you think they were using to build these bridges and
levers,
cranes and
manpower?
And did you think they had
ingenuity.
Technology for?
They use their brain power.
But let me ask you a question.
Uh-huh.
We talking about the job. Let's talk
about
your not hobby, but your career in music. How do you feel that technology has helped you forward your music career as far as music producing and maybe with your rapping and stuff like that, the music that you create? How has technology helped you in that way? It's good.
It really hasn't.
Okay.
Cause I'm old school.
I was gonna say we old school.
I just
waiting for him to say.
write to my beats and shit like that. And it's funny, cause I was gonna say I don't understand, and this is definitely for another topic. How the hell music is dated? Like people be like, "Oh man, that shit sound played out," but it's an instrument. So how you play out an instrument?
No, that's why it's forever being sampled.
It's
You can't play out music.
Yeah, well, if you listen to the 80s rap, right, it don't sound like now. But somebody gonna be like it's outdated, but the lyrics be sounding better. The topics and the content sound better. But how can something sonically have a date to that shit?
It doesn't.
Well, it's like you said, psychological, because you see the date that it was made, and automatically you say it's old.
Well, I give it to you like this. If you listen to the Stylistics, Hurry Up This Way Again, and then you listen to October London's, his take on it. And my thing is, first of all, I like the original anyway.
Right.
But
he sounds.
one of them is going to sound dated. But how? You see what I'm saying? It's an instrument. They making technology dated and shit.
I think the thing with that is that back then they used live instruments to make their music, whereas now everything is kind of synthesized and
so you gonna blame it on Thomas Dolby?
Everything is technology instrument,
right? And you say Thomas Dolby. Thomas Dolby actually used live synthesizers when he made his music back then. Devo actually used live synthesizers. Art of Noise actually used live equipment, even though it sounded synthesized. But you got to remember,
it's a keyboard.
They used live right. They used the live keyboard, but everything that they recorded was live. They did it live. So what happens now is people don't realize that the computer can't give you exactly the same sound as a live band or a live recording from drums or stuff like that. It's just no possible way to get that
You're not
live
going
sound.
to.
Just like when you go to a concert,
you can't.
And an artist may have
Frequencies
a live
are
band,
different.
it sounds different.
Just like the boy Kate, what's his
Art of
name? Kate
Noise.
and was talking about Kendrick Lamar having what did he say? He had noise implemented in his
to make it.
Yeah.
Well,
like,
I mean,
there's noise. He had fake noise audience.
they actually did
They had
that.
that
My bad. The Falcons actually got fined for that shit. They had fake
noises.
in the dome going on. But I mean,
But like me with DJing, some DJs can't DJ like Slick said. Some DJs can't DJ without the computer. They can't use the records. They can't use records.
Hey, look! You said DJ.
Right.
You done triggered me. Oh man, my daughter DJ'd over the week.
Really?
Yeah, she DJ'd on the 14th, man. And I was just looking at watching her, and it's funny. I'm gonna show you the setup when we get up out of here. But it looked kind of like that.
Mm-hmm.
But she had to take a course for it. You see what I'm saying?
That's the new age of
And it ain't no
technology
record
playing
players.
a part into it.
It's not.
What you got?
Yeah, she ain't no turntables.
Nah, it's that digital table shit. Well, I actually
It's
DJ
computerized
Paul
already.
he the truth on that shit with that. With it's a digital turntable kind of thing. It look like a little CD thing, but you
It's
turn it around.
computerized.
Well, I got one of them over
I
there.
know you do.
Yeah.
You just let me talk, and you're like, what's the name of? Yeah,
These do it, but it's
them
but
EQs, ain't it?
yeah.
They
Okay.
already
The thing with that is though, like I said, a lot of people can't DJ without the way I learned how to DJ was with records. There was no computer, but I'm old as hell, so it doesn't.
Hey, nah.
You get what I'm
like-
saying?
You
Like
put
it was
that
two
nickel
on there
turntables
and a
mixer.
microphone.
And
Right.
a microphone and a mixer. We just did it that way. You had to get them records queued up. You had to put you see a little tape on certain areas of the
That's
record.
the
Nickel on there or
that was
something.
the authenticity
Right.
of music though, because now technology is mastering and playing it for you, and it's not really real. It's not genuine or natural.
So loud. Did you have to set the groove at a certain time? Yep, when you let that thing spin, you
Yeah.
pop. And then you had to make that thing
You had
skip
to
through the other
catch it.
group,
Yeah,
through
you
the
had
other
to
group.
catch-
Yep.
You had to catch
To
that.
catch the song that you wanted. Sometimes you gotta have two of them to be able to
spin.
get.
Mhm.
No, that when we in the studio
Mhm.
recording,
Yeah.
we gotta catch the track on cue.
Right.
The computer hate. The only time I know about technology and recording is when you punching in.
So we used to have that called the Hawaiian punch. We used to punch back in the day. Yeah, Hawaiian punch. Like, man, you gotta punch, bro. Man, so what you had was a brother trying to rapid fire through that thing. Then you stack that shit, then double that, triple it, then do the ad libs or whatever. And now, bar for bar, every other bar, like people freestyle a song. I'm like, who do this shit? This
Right.
shit, man, wow. That's with technology though. And then I don't know how many tracks you using up, but the producer just like, all right, go. And you be like, line. All right, stop.
They got
Okay,
more
go.
space to use up track
That's
than
why
what
you
we
take
did.
15 hours to
Right?
get one
Yeah.
song.
Bruh, I had to be rehearsed.
What was it?
Hey.
Eight bars.
And how I caught the
He had
beat,
16 tracks
I used to
on
be,
one song.
so, Ricky D will make the beat. While he making the beat, I'm sitting in the
Right.
cut writing to that shit.
Do we?
So by the time he finished the beat, my song done. I'm like, nigga, just press power, record, let's go.
That's
Whoop,
it.
whoop, whoop.
Record.
It's done deal. He like, oh shit, okay.
Yeah.
We ain't gonna be here all day.
Can't.
We
I'm like,
ain't
it took
gonna
you
be all day.
2 to 3 hours to make the beat.
It
Right.
took-
What I'm gonna do? I need to be writing while you making it. I'm gonna let you spend 3 hours to make the beat. Now I gotta spend 3 more hours to write to it. We writing while you making
Not
that
only
shit.
got 2
that,
more
when
hours to make the
he's
song.
making the
Yeah.
beat, not only making, that's just the rough draft of the beat. He has to master his beat too as well.
And what used to
Mix it.
what used to get me, I'm getting the cadence and the rhythm, and he stop it. Like, cause he's making a beat. He's not. I mean, it ain't like he's playing the instrumental for me. He got to make it.
Right.
So he's not doing this for me. He's doing
Doing
whatever
for-
he do.
right.
I'm just catching on, and so I have a bar. I'm right. Saying it in my head, and he just stop and go all the way back to the beginning. Then do again. I'm all get to the. He stopped, and I'm like, damn.
Building.
But that's
how
just what you
he's
do.
Building
I can't
on
complain.
the beat and the track. Too, adding in.
But is
That's
that
too
part
where
of-
we stop and have to add in ad libs. Go back to
Is that
stack.
technology though? Because that sounds like what they used to do back in the day.
It's minor.
Well,
it's
now
minor technology.
now with
mixed in
technology,
manual though, it was more manual than
sound
technology
manual to me.
because computerized.
I was gonna say.
Now you just press the button and it
with the technology
make a beat
now,
for you.
I mean, they cheating. In other words, like you got Fruity Loops first of all for your beats. I can literally make a song in an app in this phone. I don't have to go get a producer to produce the shit. It's almost like you can AI a song now.
My daughter did it
And
when Stevie Wonder
I ain't
song.
used to that. Yeah. Oh, I give you it. Okay, technology.
But
Come on, auto tune.
She ate that up though. No lie.
Even though Roger Troutman and them had what they were doing back in the day, they weren't using the auto tune like you go in there. Thank you. You going in there, you singing something, and they using the auto tune to make that shit sound like you can sing. You take the auto tune off, and it sound like how we sounding now. Damn near. You put it on, that nigga sound like Luther. Like damn, technology right there is cheating. You know what I'm saying? I'm that artist that rather than get up there and try to sound like I can sing, I just go get an R&B artist. Well, which is why sometimes some songs don't be getting done because I gotta wait on the motherfucking artist to get done.
Well, we talking about technology. Let's talk about technology in the home. You know, they try to make all these homes smart homes now.
Not only that,
to your phones.
They're gonna make smart cities.
They are making their homes smart. Like you don't have no.
Well, first of all, you can work from home.
Doing anything.
Yeah, they getting rid of that.
Technology. Hey,
you can, but like
I ain't been able to work from home.
Technology doing to me is making people stagnant, crippled, and lazy.
So, do you think you would want your whole house hooked to your phone?
No, I do not.
What about you, though? You think you would want your whole house hooked to your phone?
Man, I do not like my phone. I don't like cell phones. I cracked this bitch again, and I just got it fixed the other day. So, I really don't even want the phone. It's a tracking device, but I mean, I guess with the exception of being able to hold it's a computer too. But what I might end up doing, I'm really trying to decide if I want to just get me a laptop and walk around with that shit to do what I need to do and just put the phone up.
They use analog phones with no camera or nothing on, no GPS, and you can just the number.
That's like
one of them old flip phones. A lot of people do that now.
That's like non-alcoholic
beer.
That's what
I do for my 14-year-old.
That's like a non-alcoholic beer lab. I can't do that now. If I'm gonna have this, I need all the shit with it now. If I'm gonna pay for it and pay for the service, give me all the gadgets that, even though I'm not using them and don't know how to, I still want them. I want them taking up all my gigabytes for nothing.
But you just said you didn't want the phone.
I don't, but I gotta have it.
So what happens if one of these people who are in control of our everyday movement wants to do a real blackout that they've been talking about over the years and have not done it? So what if that happens? What are you guys gonna do then, technology people?
Wake up like we normally do.
Or we don't have generators either that's gonna work because it's gonna be a blackout. You're not gonna have any kind of
what they're gonna
electrical
think about when TikTok
service
goes down or when Instagram goes down.
No, it went down. I mean, out. There's a difference.
It's out at that
no. They was just doing what they did to us on TV when they did the testing.
I didn't know.
That's all it was.
People went crazy.
It was a testing that they did.
I don't use my TikTok. I'm about to get ready to just delete it.
But you see how crazy everybody went. Just imagine if that happened to all the phones going down.
It's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Hey man, as long as they don't eliminate weights and money in women, I think I can handle it.
That was a testing for them to get rid of TikTok.
They're gonna eliminate
just like they do a testing.
Well, as long as they don't eliminate food, women, and weights. I think I can handle it.
They're going to eliminate money because they're going to make you guys go to crypto.
Like I said, if they don't eliminate food, women, and weights, I can manage.
They're going to shut technology system down. And it is going to be operable at their expense. When Elon Musk, Donald Trump, or whoever who want to say they want to push the button.
Allegedly.
Hey.
That's what they're going to do.
Yeah, you're right. I believe you're right.
Man, look here. You were born into this world with what you need. We make this shit complicated.
So people do.
Yeah. You wouldn't have to get hit by a car if we never made
Human beings make a lot of things complicated.
A plane ain't gonna crash if it don't take off.
You don't see animals doing it.
We make life much harder for ourselves than what we have to, man.
They call it making it more convenient. They call it making it easier.
Easier,
not,
but at
though.
what cost?
But you know the companies who making it are always
They're
gonna
making
say
money.
it's for betterment of humanity, right?
That's
They
just
always
for
say it's
their
the betterment of
humanity.
humanity, right? But
And
it's just
it's
that's
always
just a
a
phrase.
self-centered thing,
It's
though,
always
with
self-serving.
their humanity.
yeah, it's always
It's
self-serving.
always with that individual person. I do not want to control the world. I do not want to know what the next person. Sometimes it's hard for me to keep up with my kids. I love my kids, and they came from me. Like I will not know their every movement, even though I want to and want to shelter them from a lot of things in this world that I know is not, behooving of us human beings. But I can't though.
So, speaking of technology, get what I saw last week. I saw a driverless car.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that car was driving itself. It was a Jag, by the way. They them white Jag
The
SUVs.
Waymo cars.
Yeah, them. I saw that and I was like, you know what? I kind of wanted to do a U-turn and follow that thing just to see how far and where it was going to go.
Was somebody in the back of it?
No.
Yeah, it was driving
Was
behind.
it?
It was people in front of it and behind it.
I'm talking
It was-
about
No,
like
in
in
the
the
car.
oh no, it wasn't nobody
No.
in it.
Well, what was he driving itself to?
I
It
don't
was
know.
driving itself to
I ain't.
whatever
Come on, now, I'm
delivery
not gonna get in
location
an
it was
accident
going
looking at
to.
it. But I wanted. If I had more gas, I'd have followed.
It was being repoed. You know, they can make
No,
them
it was not.
they
These
can
are
make
the
them
cars.
drive.
These are the Waymo cars that drive themselves in the city. They white. They got like
I'ma
6
follow one of them.
panels
That's all I'm
on
saying.
them. It hit 6 panels on the car. You can see it. They got a
But where are
panel
they
on
going is
top
my
of the
question.
roof.
I don't know, but I'm gonna jump out
They're
in front of
service
one of them
cars.
and see what it's gonna do.
They're
I might have a
service
lawsuit on
cars.
my hand.
They are service cars.
What are they servicing?
Who knows?
The same thing that DoorDash, Lyft, or whatever does. I guess they're for the more presidential people in the world who
So
buy
the car
those
just comes
cars.
to your house and then you go out to it and get your stuff out of it.
Yeah,
So
you can, or it can pick you up and drive you to wherever you're
okay.
going without nobody in there. The car is driving itself.
I better stop before they black us out. I was gonna say the next one I see, I'm gonna go do nothing. I was gonna race it, but
I'm saying it though, like for real. I first noticed it. I was out at the
It was
at
interesting,
the
though.
steam house eating lunch.
Mm.
They had a flood. It was a major flood. It was on the news too.
Mhm.
Right there. I saw the car and I was like,
hey,
yeah, satellites that was spinning on top of the
Mhm.
roof and on the rear view mirrors.
Mm.
I'm scratching my head.
I just
Baffled,
know
like,
I've been getting tattoos long enough to see technology affect that too.
Okay.
So they got different, better guns now.
Don't tear your skin up.
Not only that though, but
what they call
the way they can get
micro-
their images and stuff, man. I seen the dude have a
Micro
pad and
diamond.
get the stencil off the damn pad nowadays. Like stencil all that stuff in.
Mhm.
They just go online, find your image, do that. Next thing you know, print it out, boom, ready to go.
Mm.
I'm like, damn. It used to be a little bit different, you know what I'm
Right.
Yeah,
saying?
you
Have to
used
draw
to have
it
to
out,
draw
right?
Yeah.
draw it out.
Now they can press
Mm-hmm.
the paper up, put that on you like that, put the little stuff on you, next thing you know,
It's
get bring on the
done.
pain.
And you done.
You're done. You're done.
Still charging you the same price though.
Mm.
Or
It
more.
might go up some, yeah.
Yeah,
Things
yeah.
are different. Just like barbers be charging more now.
But is that
Yeah.
ink quality real?
I don't know.
Was the ink quality real?
It depends on where they get it from.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I can see you would want your technology when you have a tattoos to make it so where
To
your-
match.
so
Yeah, you
where,
don't want
where
it
it's
so
not tearing
primitive.
up people's arms and cutting, because it could be painful getting tattooed.
Man, if you
It
see
is,
somebody
but
with
I'm
a
talking
needle
about
like
it
this
is.
with a
Like,
stick,
I've gotten a
you-
tattoo before,
hey.
but I've had shots.
Mm.
Same thing as a needle being poked into you,
Mm.
but just not in the same place. Like,
Right.
I don't know. I don't think I
How
could.
about that now?
Yeah,
You about to say
I have
you,
no tats.
well, you
I-
tatless, you
I
naked
can't-
over there.
I can't tolerate pain like that.
So
My whole back tatted.
technology
Really?
does. You said tatted?
Yeah, my whole back.
Oh
tattooed.
well, welcome to the club, sir.
I got tattoos on my arm. I got tattoos.
So
on
when
my
you looking,
sides.
was you trying to do
A
a
rib
shirt?
cage too, sir.
Huh?
Was you doing a shirt?
Turtleneck.
No,
With
it was just
gloves.
it was just my back. I just wanted my back done.
Oh, okay.
Mm.
I'm about to have a ski mask, turtleneck, glove, legs,
doing
all
your
that.
whole body?
I'm about to get this arm blacked out though. I'm gonna get this arm blacked out.
How many times you have, Alex?
I don't know. I stopped counting at about 100 something.
Damn.
Yeah, man.
I love the arts and I wanted to, but I just.
They got her whole leg tattooed.
I mean, my daughter does it for me.
Her whole leg, her feet. She probably got about 50 tattoos.
I gotta work
I
on
love
this
art,
leg.
but
I
I just-
started on this one.
Yeah, she
I
had
ain't
this
going
whole-
past the
A
kneecap.
whole aqua scene on her leg.
Really? Water?
Got Pisces stuff.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
So I thought about doing something that would have that on me. I thought about having it like right here on my back, and then I thought about something in the middle too, where I wanted like the fish jumping out the water with the river stream on. I was like, oh no, Pete, I can't do a shot, so I can't even do that. But I love the art and the color behind it.
So let me ask you a question. You was talking about computers.
Uh-huh.
And you know, it was a time there was the computers wasn't very prevalent. I remember a friend of mine had a computer at his house, and we used to go down to his house. I used to go down to his house all the time. He was a computer whiz, and this was back in the early '80s.
Mhm.
He probably billionaire by now, but he had a computer, and this is how long ago this was. We were on the internet. And he was trying to download a naked picture. Do you know it took almost 8 hours to download that picture? Just one picture.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, I'm gonna show you this. So he started downloading the picture. It was like, so we went we went outside and did other stuff. We went to the grocery store with his mom.
Yeah, the gigabytes back then wasn't as large as they are now, and the speed wasn't in neither. It would take a whole day to download an attachment too.
He couldn't even save it to his computer because he didn't have enough space.
He didn't have right.
Yeah, man. Space is one thing I be running out on my phones. I guess like sometimes my stuff I don't want to get rid of it. So I gotta stop doing things that I cherish or that are so important that I gotta keep in my phone. See, that's what I don't like. Like if everything you do is in here, I damn near need 2 to 3 of these.
That's true.
Because and it's like
that's why you gotta have
you have
to backup.
Yeah.
Man, I don't know. I don't use the cloud. I don't use none of that. I'm like, shit. When it's all said and done, I ain't. It's over with. It's a wrap. It's up in there somewhere. I ain't gonna take it with me. So
it's even the same thing as with computers and laptops, because once that space is at the capacity of that space, then like you either gotta get a thumb drive or drive to dump that stuff to clean that off of there so you can make some more space.
Now I get flash drives and hard drives for music, for my art. You know what I'm saying? For like the skits I'm about to start doing. Actually gonna have to have probably another phone, maybe 1 or 2 laptops, and a hard drive or 2 with some megabyte, gigabytes, trigabyte, whatever you want to call it, hectobytes, whatever the fuck, bytes. Right. A lot of it in multiple ones, so that.
So what if they take the USB from us and we can't use that? You know, we just have to solely use whatever is database in our Google form.
The guy who had computers that don't have USB hookups. It's everything stored in the cloud.
I'm gonna tell you what pissed me off and what I found interesting. And I thought I was like a Neanderthal. Man, these computers don't even come with the little CD DVD thing no more, man. And I was like, I got a CD I want to burn. They boy, it said, man, they looked at me like I was.
People know what that means,
Sasquatching
right?
this bitch
in the cloud. They know what clouds mean, right?
Yeah.
No
CD-ROMs no more.
But that means too, like if the system
I got
is hacked,
music on
CDs.
CDs.
They
I guess what I'm gonna do.
Accessible to all your stuff.
You got transferred over to MP3.
Yeah.
Save that way. No disc no more. Now, some people are going to nostalgia and be like, I want to just like recently that tangible entertainment stuff like CDs and DVDs. The hard copies are coming back. People want the physical media. They want physical media back. That's why you see so many records at Walmart now and stuff like that, because people saying, like you said,
I got cassette tape.
Bring back like age of the bootleg.
Cassette tape. Like
bootleg
I don't have a cassette in my car. But it's like I still got cassette tape, plastic vinyl. I could push that mug in and it's still gonna play like the fucking CD.
Like you said, the physical media part. People want to be able to touch that and play and put it in something about putting it in the CD-ROM or putting it in the CD changer. People want to go back to that because like you said, the cloud can crash and you can lose all your
You
information.
lose everything, and
So that means
somebody
we're gonna
else
have to
can
have people
steal
that can
your
repair 'em and stuff
information
again
as
now.
well.
So that's what, but that's what I was talking about. Like with the technology, is cool, but to me, like okay, with my phone, man, when the screen crack, I got to get a new one. It's a nuisance. You see what I'm saying? Or
Technology.
you,
It's
the part
easy
you gotta
accessible
find
for
a
other
block
people to get
or
it.
a charger that work for it, cause or don't have a glass case no more. You see what I'm saying? All these different things keep upgrade, and then you already know they got the next technology for the next 50 to 100 years already stored away somewhere.
Ready. It's already ready. You see these movies, you watch these movies, and you see them having an invisible tablet where they cat it in their hand. Where they
Atlanta with that
they
invisible
already got
car.
it.
They already have it.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you, I'm telling you what you're starting to see now with that technology. Them folks be on these hoverboards or whatever this is, and these jetpacks, and be
They had
flying
that in
around.
Back to the Future.
Yeah.
I don't want it, by the way. I need to be on ground.
Yeah, go back
Let
and
me get
watch
my
Back to the
steps
Future
in.
trilogies. Everything in Back to the Future trilogies, then they have is happening right now. The hoverboards is old.
So I'm gonna go ahead and touch on some universal laws while we still are going, and the law of experience. So to me, that's a good one because you can pass experiences on. A lot of the times, the experience make us who we are. It's ideal to try to learn from an experience, so that you don't have to go through the same thing if it's something that is negative. You know, actually an experience that was a bad experience for you, when you view it under like the universal laws, you can flip that to a positive, meaning you understand what just happened, and then once again, like you say, you learn from that. If you don't learn from experiences, then I would just consider a lot of these things maybe to be accidental, or like I just say, man, experiences are something to learn from. I haven't had an experience that I didn't, you know what I'm saying, actually learn something from. And it's basically meant kind of like how my father would say something like, if I tell you that it's some danger or something that's around that corner, because I've been there before and I've experienced that, then my job is to kind of like stop you from doing that. So if you understand what they're telling you and you might be living something vicariously through their experience, and you can learn that without having to go through it. If you're going to be stubborn and take that up on yourself, then once again, you'll go right back to that law of learning from it. All right, another one I have, which would be like the law of fear. Everybody has a fear. Most of the time we are taught to kind of like conquer our fears. To me, I'm like, depending on what it is.
Right.
Like, depending on what you're scared of, you might actually have a right to have some type of fear of it. But don't fear a challenge or fear things that not necessarily may physically affect you.
Okay.
So basically mental fears, you know what I'm saying? A fear of heights, I would say that's considered to be kind of physical, but it's also psychological as well. You can be kind of like, how can I say, coached or help to counteract that fear. You know what I'm saying? There's steps and stages to that. But fear of something that like you can't necessarily accomplish, that's a bad fear or bad energy to have, because you can't act on it. You can't work on trying to defeat that. Now with me, I'll say this. I do have a fear of heights. But I can go a certain level. But you know how we were talking about that person that does changes that I'm just gonna have to keep that fear.
Cranes and all those things who are able to go up maybe 500,000 feet to build these bridges.
I have no fear of heights.
Ridiculous bridges.
Now, I will say with technology and some financial incentive, I'll change that light bulb. Because I got to be in something like you say, a crane or whatever that can get me up, and I know I can't fall. And then it's just, once again, me just mastering.
I wouldn't even trust that because you can. Some of the equipment don't always work.
It's better than climbing.
Slick says you're supposed to learn something new every day. It helps to surround yourself with people that can teach you something outright or inadvertently.
That is definitely true. Yeah, the only thing consistent in life is growing.
Growth, yes. Mentally, growth.
Yeah.
You can't grow no more physically after a
No, you
certain
can't.
time.
That's a given physically.
I've never
You're
had
going
a fear
to grow
of,
physically.
What do I have a fear of?
So some things can invoke fear in you, like you don't necessarily have a phobia of it.
Okay.
But
okay.
in the
I'm glad you said that word.
In real time, and you might be like, oh shit, I'm scared, I'm gonna do that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like hear a particular noise in a dark alley, and like, you want to go down there and check that noise out for me? Do you? With no weapon?
Back in the I haven't had that issue now, but when I was younger, I would.
Yeah, God told you to.
But now with experience, right? That law of experience, you might be a little bit hesitant.
I might be a little bit hesitant.
Okay, just making sure.
I might be a little bit, but when I was straight food.
Well, I'm gonna put it to you like this. Yesterday, I could have sworn I saw like a coyote. Something looked like a wolf walk by my window, and I was like, I wish I saw it when it was coming down, because I would have gone out there.
Yeah.
But see, that's when I be drinking the protein and lifting the weights. And I be on some crazy shit. Be like, oh yeah, I'm a wolf just like you. Let's go on out there.
Right.
But now by the time I get out there, and if it really is what it is, and turn around and start snarling at me, then I might be like, hold on, I got what I was asking for. But I really wanted to know what that was. I was like, it's moving too fast. I'm just gonna let it be. But I really wanted to go out there and be like, what's happening? You know, maybe because I punked out a few Rottweilers in my time or two.
Yeah.
But that ain't what that is.
That ain't the same.
Pooches from up the street with the pink collar is not a wolf. I get it.
Yeah.
I get it. Pooches done heard sit and stop and go.
I would say that's not the same.
It ain't the same. Okay.
As a wild coyote coming down
okay,
the
so
street.
so basically, man, just go on back on in the house somewhere and mind my workout.
When it came out either, I probably like, you know what? That's the whole wolf.
Well, I can tell you this: when I saw 4 of them out back having a barbershop quartet, I was like, oh, them coyotes gonna stay back there tonight. They can have it. But okay, the last universal law, and I like this one, it's the law of good consciousness, which is what we should all have. If everybody had or was in tune or aligned their consciousness, the good consciousness, we would have a lot of harmonious living around. Less beef, less smoke, less animosity, as they say. Good consciousness, man, which is trying to be positive, putting forth that energy and that action, using your conscience, using your senses and your thoughts to treat someone like how you would like to be treated. I kind of call that like the golden rule, one of the, you know what I'm saying? A good conscience, man, is like opening the door for women without them, you know what I'm saying, having to ask. Or I've seen it sometimes when I'm at work. It may be somebody that's ahead of me and they swipe their card and it may say decline, and somebody, I got you, you know what I'm saying? Good conscience, like passing it forward, doing a good deed for someone without necessarily except wanting something in return. Sometimes it's doing it inadvertently, like without premeditating or thinking about it. It's like a reflex.
Right.
So those are the 3 that I have for today. I might as well go into the word of today, which would be ostentatious. And to basically simplify it, it's kind of like flexing or putting forth a false image, false perspective of something going on. So, you know, I try not to deal with a lot of people that are ostentatious. I'm more blunt and to the point, and it's going to be what it is when I say it is. It ain't going to be no, you know, I'm trying to fake it till I make it type shit or something like that. And then I'm gonna follow that up with the thought of the day, and then we can go into some more of the technology. But this goes right along with technology, because I have like learning a skill and or a trade for free is invaluable. And I said that because one of the guys that I was gonna have on and talk to, he was telling me that he's an extra on site for a lot of films sometimes, and he may not necessarily be used, but he communicates and networks. And he was talking to like you have multiple people with cameras on there, multiple producers, engineers, and things like that on site. And so he just started talking to one of the students that had camera equipment, And that student actually is taking a course that they got to pay thousands for.
Mm-hmm.
But in picking that person's brain, he's learning a trade and a skill for free because they like to tell you what they do. You know what I'm saying? And they're showing you the camera and, hey, if you do this, that. And then he would see the man film one of the actors or do something. And he's like, well, why did you hold it at that angle? Why did you do it like this? Why did you leave a certain amount of time for a certain amount of seconds? And all of this information that he's learning for free, someone had to sit in on the classroom.
Right.
So that's what I mean by like learning the skill and the trade for free is invaluable. Because you can take some of that stuff and work with it. Another one would be kind of like, let's just say
learning is free though.
In technology.
People choose to pay for knowledge when that is given freely.
To a degree. Some things, you know what I'm saying?
So a lot of measure of degree that you need to use it for.
People hold their knowledge sacred and they may want something in exchange for it as well.
You can, well, I mean, that's fine with you holding your knowledge sacred, but how far are you gonna get with that if you're trying to go somewhere? I learned that myself.
There's some people that's ruling this country that's doing that. So they got kind of far. But
that's true.
They have, I guess, like, well, my heart is not the same. You know, I wouldn't mind. I don't mind sharing the same token as me getting there, as opposed to me charging somebody for it. And I understand that, but again, God in charge us for our life. Human did.
People say to themselves, "Man, it took me forever to learn this. I'm not going to give this away for free. I'm not going to just tell you how to do this because some things are difficult to learn."
Exactly, and we got to take the time. And your time is valuable. And if a person don't get it on the first try.
But I'm still, again, you got a godly like spirit and a godly like mind hand, and you operate
all people
off
don't
of
have
those
that.
things. I know all people don't, but I do.
Yeah.
So I can't operate off of what other people are doing
in these streets.
Yeah. Because again, like, I would not be charging people for the same thing that God gives to all of us freely. Like, seriously, like, I just wouldn't. If it's something like okay, sports that I do, basketball, I'm gonna charge for that.
Oh, man, no, we're not gonna let you go no further. You're gonna charge somebody for some damn exercise, man. Come on, something that anybody can do.
It's not even just exercise. There's fundamental in there, sir.
So it's fundamentals in every. Okay, so you're gonna downplay. You're gonna downplay what somebody else want to charge for because what you want to charge for. Like we said,
the same thing is
learning
that person want to do it because they want to do it and charge it for it too, and it's freely.
We're not going to debate. We're not debating on whether we're charging anyone. I'm saying the thought of the day is learning a skill and a trade for free is invaluable. It ain't no debate in there. Yeah. You learn something for free,
but y'all started talking about charging people for invaluable skill that you learn for free.
So the thought of the day really ain't even supposed to be debated on, y'all. If you either listen to the thought of the day or you don't listen to the thought of the day.
Those are different of opinions.
Who want to learn for free and who want to pay?
Right.
Because they do have grants for people that can't. Everybody.
They do.
Anyway, like we were saying though, with
some
this technology,
they have grants for them too.
For free with this technology.
Exactly.
You can to a degree, but certain things they make you pay for too.
There are people that have grants and they don't even know how to use those.
Because some people don't know how to even write the grant. Because some things you got to pay for. You got to pay for knowledge.
You don't even have to pay for that. I'm into that field of grants and those things when we go over and talk about nonprofit organizations. Mm-hmm. They had to write those bids proposals to start these.
Man, listen, don't that please laugh, because you already know where I'm going with it.
I'm not saying that they don't, because they do. But again, we're talking about you're charging to write a business proposal for a nonprofit organization for a grant.
That's what people do. It's a skill.
Let's talk about.
Just like people get paid to cook. You know how to cook, don't you?
Yeah, I
okay.
do.
It's a skill. Not everybody know how to do it the greatest.
I cook when I was teaching.
What you say now?
The technology in cars. You know how all these cars got all these screens and all this stuff in the cars now. I drove a car recently that was 2025, and they had all these screens and technology in it.
Was it a Tesla?
No, it was a Tahoe.
We need a
And-
car that can fix itself.
and it was underwhelming. It was an underwhelming experience because when you drive a car like that, and you got all these screens and buttons to push and all that. You expect a little bit more, but it was just a bunch of screens that did the same things as knob turning did. It wasn't really anything. I mean, even with the radio, trying to find just the radio. It was a process. It was a learning process to figure it
You
out.
had how many different radio networks to choose from?
It was you got the satellite, you got the regular radio, but it was just a process of back in the day. You just turn on the radio and get ride. Now you got to find the radio.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I feel you on that.
So I don't think that makes the life better. I don't think that process. Maybe it was just that car, but I don't think it made life any easier.
Technology be making things cost more. You
That's
know,
all it does.
especially with the cars.
And then they
One
had this
fuse go out and it's a wrap.
That's it.
Yeah, and then they had this whole thing to where when you stop, the car cut off.
I
was
don't like
annoying.
that. Yeah. Now, I don't know
So
who thought of that.
Did the truck take? So was it dual? Like you could use fuel and charger, or was
No.
it just electronic
It was just
charge?
gas.
Gas. I'm a
It
gas.
was
I like
fuel.
gas. Give me
But it
American
was just
muscle.
a case like when you stop at a stoplight, the car cut off. Then you start back again. It jerks because
That
you pushing
sucks.
on the gas, but it's got to start.
I'm like,
And I was like, this
wouldn't
is
that bust the
annoying as
spark plug?
hell.
But it bypasses the spark plug. I think because I was having this conversation with someone the other day, speaking with technology, and I was like, man, why does this car shut down at every light then start itself back? That would drive me crazy.
It drives you crazy.
It says
I
it's
drove
supposed
one
to be.
recently,
It
and
says it's
drove-
supposed to be gas saver.
It drove me slap crazy.
It's
Man,
supposed to
just
be
take my gas.
efficiency saving. Period.
Right.
This is technology.
Now I got a
Yeah.
gas guzzler anyway, so guzzle it, use it.
It
I
was
mean,
a- it
yeah,
was
I'm gonna
annoying.
hit it. I'm a you gonna hear it go. I'm gonna we up out of this bitch.
I don't think it helped. I don't think it helped that vehicle at any. I don't think any of that technology that was in the vehicle helped it any.
No, man.
But you know it's crazy. So back a couple of years ago, all those screens and things was causing accidents.
Because people
So
looking at it.
why do they manually put this shit? Excuse me, technology put this in here now
Mhm.
in everybody cars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The new
You have no
Armada,
choice.
They literally got screens
So when they want people to start back
what a,
having accidents,
what a speed armor is now. It's screens right there now.
mhm.
And the new Armadas.
So I gotta see what the
Cameras for front and back.
I want to see what these new trains, the new technology on these
I'm
model
not
trains and all this other
understanding,
stuff that they trying to roll out. I can tell
Society.
you this with this technology, I do not want to ride them super fast trains that can zip you somewhere. Hey, Artie, man, if you don't chill out, bro.
Yeah, you talking about the zip trains?
What up, man? But
Like the
yeah,
one we have
they're
that we
supposed to
never
have them like
use.
China gonna make these super fast trains and all. Man, I do not. I
Yeah,
don't
like
want
the
them-
L train they put in Atlanta, they tried, and we
But-
don't nobody use it.
The Love Doctor asks, do you think that certain technology
And they have it at the airport now.
do you think that the government gives out certain technology and information in waves? And if so, why?
Of course they
Well,
do.
it's funny that you mentioned that because I saw it's an ad now
They give
where
it out
they're
at their
recruiting
leisure.
people for government
had this
something with the
stuff at
government
hand.
about smart world. I ain't even look it up, but I just saw they're recruiting. So I don't know what you're gonna do. Probably be looking at all this new equipment and things they're trying to put up. Like I say, I know LA is one of them that they're gonna try to do smart. So I just want to look at, like I say, the new model train. I saw some of it rolling out and it looked crazy. It just looks wide open. You know
they
what
have
I'm
that
saying?
train already at the airport.
And
Wide open?
I haven't been to the airport to see it, so
What
I
is-
might
what
have
is
to
wide
check
open?
it out.
You talking about the zip train? Like
No,
the
I ain't
train
talking about
not that one?
I'm talking about first I was saying I want to see what the new model stuff gonna look like because they got new technology with it and they've been rolling it out like promos, and then they're supposed to be making these trains that can zip you from one state to another, one county to another,
Yeah,
like
that's what I'm saying. The
Yeah.
airport has that train already.
Well, how fast does it go?
I don't know.
Interesting. Where does it take you to?
Well, you were passing.
I have not researched that either.
It could take you to
Those because
France
that
and-
was the part of them building.
Would you get on
the
that?
ramps and
China
clearing
has it
out
too.
half of that area over there on the south.
Would you get on the one
Atlanta.
that go way up over the water? It'd be like 1,000, however many miles. And would you get on one of them?
Mhm.
Man, y'all be some
I
daredevils.
get on one that goes underwater.
Oh, man.
I
Okay.
would too.
Under the
Well,
ocean.
great.
That's
But-
that faith
but
that
you
kicks
know
in.
that,
I won't.
You know
I don't
that
need to go
China
nowhere
has
that
the
bad
bullet
where I
train
gotta
where
do
it
that.
could go from one part of China to the other end of China
But
in
it
like an
has.
hour.
They
So,
need that
let
because
me-
it's so big.
Let me ask you this, Lab. Where would you really need to be going that's that important where you got to travel underwater like that, though?
From one country to the other.
Exactly.
What you gonna do?
It
going
takes
to
too much
visit
time
other
to get on
countries.
there
So
on
you
land.
gonna go underwater to do? Man, y'all out
It's
y'all damn
faster.
mind.
Or is it? What's the difference between going under and
It's
flying
quicker.
over?
Or hold on.
I didn't say I would
It
do
would
either.
take longer to sail on top of the water though.
Right. Well, what's the difference between going under, sailing on top of, or flying over the water to get to the other country?
It's quicker
I
to
didn't
go
say I would do either. It's
underwater
still it's
travel.
a man. Okay,
me.
so
So
my
you
thing.
would go visit other countries?
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. You can I would say I would have a better chance in the air than under the water.
In the air? Ooh, no.
I got
Put me
Underwater?
underwater.
If something compressed, it's over with. Out of the water, you might be able to get you a damn
That's the same thing in the air.
nope. You might be able to get you a little parachute and you got an oxygen mask. They at least equip you with something. What you gonna do? What was
You got
that?
life
What were
jackets
them
and
guys?
things on
You
the
knew-
water too.
that submarine
with the
that
damn with
exploded.
the little with the PlayStation controller or whatever,
Exploded
and they had all that money. Okay,
and imploded.
okay, that water ain't no joke. That water ain't no joke.
I ain't gonna
It
lie.
is definitely pressure, but I just feel
Is
like
you, there
too,
is no
it would
you
leave
can't
a
do
little
nothing
bit.
underwater. You can do you got an
You
option
can.
under
If,
on
if,
air.
if the tunnel collapses underwater, we are dead.
You would have to.
We
You
are
are unalive.
I get
You
it.
would have to hope
If
you
the
had an
tunnel-
air
I
pocket,
mean,
and
yeah.
that air pocket
If
lasted
we
enough
can't
time.
find no out and nowhere, somewhere else in the tunnel, then yeah, because the only way you're going is
Because
down.
for one, the water's gonna be cold, so you're gonna start freezing.
It is the
You
body
gonna-
temperature
man,
is,
you
and not
gonna
only
explode,
that, the
bruh.
pressure
The-
of it.
Well,
You-
if you're inside the tunnel, you won't implode.
You're
in
not
the
in,
tunnel.
you're not gonna
But if the
explode.
tunnel collapses, you're probably gonna either freeze to death.
You're
or
gonna
run
freeze
out
to
of air.
death. You're gonna still, and you're gonna go down.
Get out of that vessel that you're in and tell me
You
what
can't.
happened.
You're in the tunnel.
You,
Exactly.
Slick says, would you live in a fully smart house? Do you have Alexa in your house? Like, would you live in a fully smart house? Do you
I
have
don't
Alexa?
need all that. No, because if it malfunctions or start doing shit on its own, how do I stop it?
Like, if it start locking you in the house?
You
I
like
mean,
that- he's
seriously,
gonna
it's
be
gonna
like that
cause me some
robot.
issues that I don't. I'm just saying, that I don't
Alex,
want to have to
you
deal
can't
with.
go outside today. You've been outside.
I'll
2
break a
times
window.
this week.
and the robot gonna hold them hostage.
And now I gotta pay for a new window
Right.
because Alexa tripping on my ass. You know what I'm saying?
Alexa, Siri, well, whatever you name her.
Right. Whatever you name her.
Man,
Keisha.
no.
Keisha having a hard time.
She gonna be
But see,
like-
here's the thing, man.
When she
Like,
turned like
think about it. You want a mechanism cutting your stove on, messing with the gas
I know.
heater. You got some flammable explosive things in the house now.
Mhm.
And if you don't control it, it's someone else's control. I don't know about all that, bro.
What was that commercial they showed where everything was red? It was like that.
Mhm.
And it was like the microwave was going off, the toaster was going off, the refrigerator was going off, the oven was going off, everything simultaneously was going off at the same time. They was like, hey, how can we stop all of this? Siri, stop, or whatever
Yeah,
her
right.
computer name was,
Keisha,
AI
stop
name
this.
was, yes. Okay. And she be like, fuck you, bitch. You have not paid your dues for this month.
Right.
To get ahead with what I got going on with technology,
I'm gonna let Larry come in the door.
I can store and save a lot for sure. Things are faster now the way we could communicate. Like I'd be doing songs, speaking of Quez, I can do a song with Quez and he ain't even here.
Right.
So that's the beauty, you know what I'm saying, making technology work for you and accomplishing some goals. Email me something, I go to the studio, lay it down, email it back to him. Don't have to have him right here or none of that. That helps a lot. Also, this technology, meaning this cell phone, can help you to a degree if you know how to, let's say you know how to edit well. You may not need to have a Canon, you know what I'm saying, camera and all these other digital devices that cost a lot if your edit game dope. That way you can have this cell phone right here and start recording. I will say technology has helped with that because I'm going live right now. You see what I'm saying? With cameras on me. So also with graphics, it's getting a little bit easier now to make your images and what you're thinking about or what you would like come to life without you necessarily having to go take a course at the Art Institute for everything. You know, it might be cheating for some people who actually like to go draw and go get learn the technical
is really just
and the
cut out
fundamentals of it. Yeah, exactly. It's cutting out the middleman. So, but me, I'm still kind of an old school middleman person, so I'm adapting to this. Like, I don't have to have a whole bunch of these apps on here, but people are telling me if you do this, if you use this, it could help. It could do this. It could do that. Using the technology now for my podcast, though, I use it for my skits. And then we'll go right back into that kind of like behind the scenes we had, and I'm gonna be learning because when I start producing these skits and I have the cameraman there, I'm gonna be like, hey man, let me see this. Let me see, what did you do with this? There's certain things like over all this period of time, I shortchanged myself on some of it. Like, wow, we were saying Ricky D making them beats, I could have been right there. Oh, so this what you do, this what you do. But you gotta understand sometimes when somebody paid for the equipment, they don't want you touching it. Or you break. You see what I'm saying? So you can't always learn like how you think you want to learn.
And music too as well, and
right. Hard sell for me.
No, and that you don't. Nobody trying to cop your tracks and all those other things too. So it is
that
like
DJ with
you
me,
still gotta cover yourself
he
too.
Because he's rough on. He's rough.
Watch this, lab. Hey Artie, you missed the workout today. You said you finna show up Monday, but your boy went. So yeah, you gonna be 2 weeks behind, bro. You ain't gonna be able to catch me. And then I'm letting you know now, bro. We be doing them sleds. I had to do 4 of them today. 245 plates on some of them. I'm just getting you ready for it because you gonna get some of it too. But yeah, that's one of my challengers. So
Okay.
yeah, I just had he's actually watching now. So that's another thing, you know, that I like. Which is why I was explaining to like over the weekend to Alicia like why I'm doing some of these challenges and actually talking about it on the podcast because I know I have a habit of trying to live what I say. Also those stuff is about, it's mental medicine, it's physical medicine as well. You know what I'm saying? So I can't just be up here like not practicing what I preach, always talking about what you can do, you know what I'm saying? But yet I'm not doing it.
Showing it.
Also, I'm big at trying to bridge the gaps between our elder and our youth. And one thing that I see with my elders is that they lose a lot of mobility because they don't take on challenges or they don't take on physical exercising or there's something that they may not have done when they were younger, and now it's in the form of rehab when they're older, and it's really more painful for them trying to move around than it would be for exercise. So with that being said,
but they still gotta move because you can't just
yeah, I called you out on live, my G.
And let it stifle up either because it hurts more when you don't move.
You are absolutely right, and it hurts even as a person. You know what I'm saying? Even when you're young, if you fall off, you know what I'm saying? You stop, you lose the consistency. You got to get right back to it. Break yourself. I call it cracking the yoke. Crack that yoke back again, which is what I had to do. But now I'm feeling great. I don't want to fall off no more. I don't want to have to crack the yoke again and do all these stretching and work through the pain and all of that. So I'll just be encouraging you guys, you know what I'm saying, pretty much on every episode, giving updates on how the challenges are going. With that being said, my snacking around, it's simple this time. P laughing at that. You ain't been here for them snacking arounds, but it's just some cinnamon raisins and applesauce, y'all. Keeping that shit simple. Yeah, you know, it's a nice little healthy
That's
snack.
what you use for a snack, like midnight snack or something.
Or whatever. I mean, you know, just.
So what about some carrots, celeries?
See, we gonna get into all of that. We do one a day. We do one a episode. See, you about to make some coleslaw in this bitch.
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
cool
We're stretching
too,
it. We're
'cause
stretching it.
coleslaw make you lose weight too.
Oh, hey, it's a salad.
It's
in a
a
way.
health. It's a health salad.
It's got lettuce in it, shredded carrots
Well,
in it
see,
too.
well, make a difference. 'Cause
What you put
sometimes I
cabbage
put
in yours? Baby
broccoli and
spinach?
yeah.
Oh shit! You don't put no raisins in it, do you?
Oh no.
Thank you. But if you put that in there, man, you weren't gonna be on no more episodes for a while.
No.
Look at the ban you, P.
I eat raisins by itself.
Me too.
No,
I eat them in my applesauce and my oatmeal though.
Except for a fruit raisin salad like that. But in anything like a potato salad, chicken salad, like no, no raisins. You know, I put some grapes in my chicken salad though.
And just to touch on the question that you had asked earlier today, though, because I do think that's kind of like interesting and important to know. When hospitals run out of power, they do have generators and they have backups. First of all, so that's going to definitely click on. And also sometimes, believe it or not, some instances what they do, and you asking me just let me know, but they have something what they call like epic downtime and stuff like that, where they pretty much go offline. And we have to, and so that can be
to make sure that it doesn't.
And with that, you can kind of say
when it has that problem come about, it'll be ready.
That, but kind of operate. You still have to operate in that downtime,
right?
Which is us. It's almost like practicing a little bit without the power.
Yeah, just like they teach us how to do fire drills at school. Like, I mean, I guess. You still not, it wouldn't be the same, I guess, if we was at the fire station with them showing us the fire drill, with them still being on call, like what you're saying, what y'all have to do at work. Like you still in the process of working, but y'all have a downtime shift where you still have to reset, reboot, and check all of it to make sure that if that ever happens, y'all will be ready and it won't be backed up.
But the funny thing is that's really just downtime on an app or downtime on, what they have set up as far as what the computers are using. But if you were to take the power out, all of that, we would have to do certain things manually. And that's difficult because we got to create labels. And so I've literally seen what they used to do in the pharmacy back in the day without like the computer to type all that stuff up. And you're writing everything down.
Right.
And you got to do math in your head and all this calculating and stuff like that, or break the calculator out and things like that. It will be bad though at some point after a while, because a lot of these things go by drip rates.
It's systematically.
So if it's not a battery installed in some of these machines, in these PCA pumps and things like that you plug in, then shit, they're gonna be messed up. You know what I'm saying? It'd be just
they would have to go back to the manual way of vital sign reading and all of that.
Well, fortunately that has not happened, but I haven't seen what happens in like the state of a natural disaster, like where you have to evacuate. I hadn't seen anything similar to that.
Like when COVID.
That
was a.
Well, see, that didn't necessarily take power, make people have to move people. They just shut things down and kept you where you were at. I'm talking about where you would have to, like, let's just say if it was a particular poison or something similar to that, or outbreak in that facility or hospital, or a threat like a bomb threat or something where you have to actively move people. Yeah, I haven't seen that, and I don't necessarily want to be a part of something like that, because I would think at some point something's going to happen negative, super negative, like everybody can't go. But with that being said, we are getting closer towards the end of this technology episode. I had your boy I Love Doc chiming in and looking. He didn't send us anything, after dark for the women. I didn't necessarily come prepared for a Chezzy moment. You know what I'm saying? Let me think. If I was Mitch, what would I say?
Mitch would have a lot to say.
Something similar, like if you leave your phone unattended, don't come back to that scene, or something similar to that. Just get a new one. I'm sure Mitch will probably agree with that.
Okay.
Buy you a new one if you leave your old one. Okay. Something like that.
Okay.
As far as technology work goes, I think, I don't know. I think Mitch would probably, because he cut from our era too. So, like, I think that he probably would, we use technology to what is beneficial for us to use it for, but don't allow for it to stagnate you.
So, in that case, then, because if you're gonna put technology on Mitch, because this was when we say Mitch, we talking about Love Doctor
Love
stuff.
Doctor.
So his technology,
my
he would
bad.
probably say something like, "Don't name
Mr.
your
Love Doctor.
your dildos the
Mitch, I
same
need
name
some
because
love
they
advice
might get
then.
jealous." All right, I'm out there, bitch. I'll talk to him about that next time. He probably like that one. Later, Alicia, all y'all appreciate that. Christy Blackwell for showing up. Stan, all y'all that came up on my line. Unc Steve and all that. I'll talk to y'all later.
Yeah. Grams leaders CC's, pounds. Close cash, close call, close encounter, close up, pounds of leaders of grams, get your dose up, cut this up, host up, and get dosed up. This for them voted like the move and make the most of. Monday night at 8, I can't wait to set you straight. These opinions and debates for them folk that can't relate. I got to elevate your mind through these signs of the time. Dishing out that medication for that deaf, dumb and blind. And I ain't hard to find, you can catch me in no trenches. I do the groundwork and I ain't waiting on no sense. I be touching on them topics politicians fail to mention. And I don't vote for nobody that ain't got good intentions. I'm really live for my people and I'm here to make a change. I got that true serum hooked directly to your vein. Hey, this is for my people, tune in, catch it close up, close up, close up. A close up, grams of it, tune in, leaders of it, close up, pounds of it.